We'll group them since we don't have a great deal of time left. First question here. Microphone, please.
Yes, Hervé Mariton, French MP. Two remarks and questions. First to Mr. Davis, where do politics lie? You were putting. Actually, when you believed it would be a good idea to have a direct election of a president in Europe or a pan-European election of its parliament with lists encompassing all countries, that could have worked till yesterday. But with our new frame, with Europlus, as Mr. Levitt stated, it seems rather difficult to have Britain on board. I mean, since important issues that do require political legitimacy are to be treated by a group of 17 to 26 countries, but one is outside, then there's real difficulty in having the democratic progress you're talking about. I think that's an important difficulty to which we have to face. Any political progress in Europe is now handicapped by that situation. Second point to Madame Fu, you put the question, but I will come again. I do understand the translation difficulty, so to say, but the EFSF was supposed to have the capacity and ability to levy money from the BRICS and particularly China. It obviously did not succeed in a short period. Do the new mechanics that have been put in place in the past days introduce any hope that this levy of money for the new mechanics should be more successful than what it was for the EFSFS?
Please.
Michael Ancram, member of the House of Lords from the United Kingdom. I don't want to talk about the current United Kingdom position. We heard about that in the last session. But I do want to just say a word about democratization. It's quite paradoxical that yesterday we talked about the Arab awakening or the Arab Spring, and we talked about the importance of listening to the voice from the Arab street. Today we're watching massive demonstrations in Moscow and in St. Petersburg about the recent election. Only in 1989 we were watching vast popular demonstrations on the streets of Eastern Europe, which led to the enormous changes that we all welcomed and have seen. And the concern in Europe, to my mind, is not about whether we elect a president directly, but whether the people of Europe can have the same chance to have a word about the sort of Europe that they want to see built in the future. I was party chairman of my party, the Conservative Party in Great Britain, and I presided over 2 European elections. And I watched as the American ambassador in the last session said, the number of people voting going down. They weren't stopping voting because they couldn't vote for the president. They were stopping voting because they said voting made no difference. Nobody ever asked them at any stage since the 1975 referendum what sort of Europe they wanted to see built. So what was the point of voting? And I come back to the view that in the end, the fear that people have right across Europe is that Europe is now the game of the political class and not of the electorates. And when that divide takes place, and it's taken place previously in history, then we create a very dangerous divide. And what I'd like to see us addressing is not just how we make the democratic process of European elections more successful, but how we actually involve the peoples of the European states in the sort of Europe they want to live in.